This is real life Junkies Football Manager, the kings of content creation. All hail the kings.
Hello, and it is a return of a Life Junkies Football Manager Tactics video. Today I'm looking at Chelsea and a 3-4-3. Now this isn't necessarily Frank Lampard's 3-4-3, and it's not Antonio Conte's 3-4-3. It does borrow elements from both of them somewhat. I do talk about both those tactics a little bit, comparing it to this in the written piece that accompanies this, so go check that out. It'll be a little different from this, where I'm just going to literally talk about what I'm trying to do here and the roles and everything else. So, quickly, I am recording this a little bit in the future because I've got massively behind on posts and stuff, so ignore the bits at the top, ignore the date, and ignore the everything else. So, look at this, what we've got here, and I've popped in some players that are there from the first season. These aren't the only players that have survived, so stop looking for spoilers from for what's going on. So, in goal, first of all, where do you start with tactic? What do you want to play? So we've gone for positive mentality because this is Chelsea, and Chelsea should be looking to play positive. I know they've got the part of the bus. People believe that Chelsea is all about parking the bus and counter-attacking football. Again, I don't believe that's always been really true. We had Carlo Ancelotti, who played some of the best football that I've ever seen for Chelsea as Chelsea manager. So, but here we go. What they are now doing, though, and what the youth have been trained to do as they come up through the age groups, is to play that attacking football again. I talk a little bit more about that in the intro post for Chelsea Way. You can find it on the website. There will be a link somewhere if I remember to do that. So, we're going for positive mentality. Now, in possession, in fact, I'm going to take that out there. Get rid of that. So, there you go. Even editing it as I'm talking to you. So, what we're looking to do, we're not looking for possession necessarily. What we're looking to do sort of is control games. We're hoping to have possession, but really what we want to do is move the ball around quickly and get at opponents. So for that matter, we start with we've got a positive mentality. We're looking for a high tempo, and I'm asking our players to be a bit more expressive, giving them the freedom to go out onto the pitch and do what they want to do. But in relation to trying to keep hold of the ball, I want the keeper to play out of defence. I've also asked him to take short kicks, which will mean that he will look to play it normally to one of the back three. If they're being pressed down, he'll go to the wing backs quite happily. Very, very occasionally he'll go to midfielders, but that's not often. It depends how deep they drop and what's going on. So I've also asked us to play fairly narrow. That brings all the players in together, and it means that we can pass the ball around a lot easier without having to go long. Not that we don't have to go, we can go long if we want to. That's why I haven't put on shorter passing. Keep it on standard, and that way the players are making decisions of what they want to do. And at this level, really, I'm quite happy for them to make decisions in that. We're also looking to counter because I'm not looking to just play one certain way. I want us to be able to be versatile. So if we need to counter-attack, we counter-attack. If we need to hold the ball and make an opportunity, we hold the ball and make an opportunity. And that is definitely what I've seen with this tactic. We're also looking to win the ball back quickly, so I've asked it to counter-press. I've asked it to be a bit more urgent, and we've got a high defensive line and a high line of engagement, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Now, prevent short goalkeeper distribution is something I pretty much always have on. You would have noticed it on with my Cambridge tactic. You would have noticed it on with a few of my England ones if I can. I also really do like get stuck in. It means my players are going to be combative in the challenge and not give them a moment's rest. Now, a lot of people might say that's a bit overkill because I'm looking for them to press more, get stuck in, so they're going to slide in more. And we're pushing the whole line up a bit more, but I haven't really had much of an issue in that regard. We don't get hit by counter-attacks very often. In fact, we're pretty solid defensively. It's been offensively which I've had to tweak bits and bobs and come off. So anyway, at the back, you can see our team fluidity is flexible. We're playing a sweeper keeper at back on support with Kepa, Arrizabalaga, Obviously, I can't pronounce things. He's not a perfect sweeper keeper, but he's decent and he's doing a good job for us. The point of this is I don't want to be going out and spending loads of money on a brand new sweeper keeper, and I really haven't got anyone else in. So for now, he's there. Not that I haven't spent money, and you'll find that as I post about the seasons going forward. I'm happy to spend money if I need to spend money, or bring in older players if I see the opportunity. In front of him, I've got Rudiger and Christensen on the edges. Rudiger has been swapping with Tomori quite a lot in the first season. Christian's been pretty much there, and Zuma, I love his physicality, and he's actually a really intelligent player with position of 15. Those physicals though, look at them, like that is exactly what we want, and he just sits in the middle and clears up any danger we've got. I know he's a bit more of a player you'd want as a stopper, but I that pace and that strength, he just sits in there and just plays everything I want him to do. Rudiger is not the perfect ball playing defender, of course, but he can do it, and he comes with the tries long range passes. I've tried to get him to unlearn that because I don't really want them to do it. Look at someone like Christensen, he's a bit more prototypical. He's also got tries long range passes, which he didn't have at the start. He's learned that obviously through a mentoring group. But stuff like bring the ball out of defence, I want both of my ball playing defenders to bring the ball forward if they can. It's a tricky one for centre backs to learn because you normally need good dribbling for it. That's one of the main ones. But the idea is we should be making the space for him to bring out as far as he feels safe, and with his decent decisions, he's gonna make the right decision. He's not gonna let anyone close him down too much. So Christian is my main centre back. On the wing backs, we've got James as a wing back attack. The idea is fairly Victor Moses style. I want him to just get down the line and get the crosses in. You can see in front of him, he's got the advanced playmaker on support, who's just going to drift in. He's asked to sit in arrow and roam from position, so he's got the free reign of all around here, and then he'll attack the box late. So he's vacating this whole space, and now James will just burst right through on there. On the other side, I've got Aspie at the moment, but I'll say spoilers, Alonso and Emerson are no longer with the club, and I've got someone else filling that role. Of course, I don't want to let you know, so Aspie's in there, but he's always been a safer option as a rotation option. He's actually my second choice left back. He's not my second choice right back at the moment. So the idea is he'll have a bit more defensive responsibility, but also he's allowed to roam. So I'm asking to take fewer risks, but he'll roam for position as well. Very much like you see Marcos Alonso do for Chelsea, he did under Conte. So he's allowed that extra freedom, but he'll stay further back here, only getting forward when he really sees opportunity. Again, in front of him, Mount will cut him, but he is, sitting there in a row for position. So very similar to Ruben on the other side, but he's looking to get up there next to Tammy, just to cause issues and give us pretty much a two man up front. Whereas Ruben is giving us a 3-man midfield, so it's sort of, they don't exactly do those, but it's all about players moving around and causing issues. If I knew more about football tactics, I'll start talking about the half spaces now, but I don't, so there you go. Before I talk about Tammy, I will pop back to the midfield. So here I've got Jorginho and Kante, but during the first season I'm swapping around with Kovacic anyway. He sits quite happily in both of these roles. But Jorginho, these are my main two that I'd want here. Kovacic is very much a rotation option, although he's a great rotation option to have. But Jorginho is your prototype deep line playmaker. If you look at him there, first touch, passing, technique, vision, decisions, composure and anticipation. I look at all of those. Preferably, I'd have him 16 and above, but 15 and above is great for me anyway. He's 30 now, of course, getting into the future, but that comes easy to get the ball, plays 1-2s and dictates tempo is everything I want him to do. My deep line playmakers are always very much based, and no matter how much it hurts me to say it because I hated that Barcelona side, but it's based on Xavi and how he played. This is all this information I got is from a post from Ozil to the Arsenal, who I haven't seen around. He used to be on the Slack channel and that, but he posted a great piece on that Barcelona team, and I've tried to emulate some of what he did. But it's that idea of having that playmaker that just keeps the ball ticking, and he's the one that's in control of it, and that's exactly what Jorginho is for Chelsea. He was very close to us, and I haven't edited much of these for him, but he's been the linchpin of my midfield for a while now. And Kante, of course, is Kante. And at 31 years old, he's still not letting up yet, but he's another player that is he has the energy, and in a two-man midfield, you really need someone like that can get up and down and around, because, again, while I've got Loftus is coming in from the wings, and Mount is also often quite central, although a bit further forward, that's still two men against normally three, sometimes more. So you need that person, and while Jorginho is decent physically, I don't have any players that can't move physically. I need them all to have decent physical stats, otherwise they don't get in my central midfield. Kante just adds that little bit more, and he's also quite an intelligent player. Decision 16, anticipation, decent anticipation, but the mentals are great across the board. He does exactly what he needs to do. Now, up front, great job. This is going to be a quick video, but we're looking at Tammy Abraham. He's a deep line forward attack. Now, the reason I've gone for that is I wanted to drop deep because there's this big hole, and I've got these two guys coming in, but there is this hole here because my midfielders are not moving forward. Kante's lost the whole position, so Abraham, the idea is he'll drop a little bit deeper. He won't drop as deep as if he was on a support on any of the roles, but he'll drop a little bit deeper and then push forward. The idea is I just want him to have that extra. I'll give him to Rome as well. I just want him to have that extra movement off of centre back. So he's pulling them out of space, but not quite so much. He's still able to offer an attacking threat. This is the role, of course, I used really well with Cambridge. Uche Piazzu, Cambridge FM legend for A Legend in Your Own Mind. He did that brilliant. And what I saw there was he can drop deep and he can help link play if he wants to, but also he is always there for that out ball. So it's someone will see him, he'll just turn and go, he'll drop a little bit deeper and then move forward straight in that instant. If you've got the players that can pick the pass, they'll just put that ball over and he's got a free run in. Doesn't happen as much at this level, of course, because Chelsea are a different team to what my Cambridge side were, so teams don't give us as much space, but you still do find the space. And as a lone striker up front, if I had a two-man formation, and I do have a two-man formation, and I will be talking about two-man formation at some point, two-striker formation, should I say, then I wouldn't play this is my version of a catch-all striker. I used to always go, especially when I'm playing with Chelsea and the players Chelsea have, I used to always go for complete forward and support, or attack, depending on if the team was playing a high line. But for me, the deep line forward on attack is a bit more of a catch-all. I know technically he does less. I prefer the movement of it when he's on his own. So that is my Chelsea tactic. I'll talk quickly. I just mentioned tackle harder, mark tighter, tackle harder. Always wanting to be as aggressive as possible. I want my strikers to scare centre backs. Again, I've just cleared everything. That is really intelligent. And all on here. There you go. The mould of Didier Drogba, who terrified centre backs when he came up against them. So that is what that is for. So he'll get in the face. He won't let him rest, and that sticks with the prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Loftus, he's not set to it, but Loftus and Mount do come in and try and cut off the pass lanes as well and help out. So what we've produced is really nice attacking football. The Chelsea squad on this and in real life is a bit of an odd one. They've got very few players from the first season who are really hitting their prime. There's a couple of the midfielders in general, Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic, which is why me playing with two-man midfield is a bit silly. But really, they've got a lot of young players that are just coming through, and they've got a few older players that are just past their peak. So Willian, Giroud is a bit further past his peak, but Pedro again, another player a bit further. But it's these players that are, it's a weird mix. So it's a hard squad, I found, to really get motivated and to get working straight away. But working through it, and I've been really happy with results pretty much all the way through. I'm sure there'll be someone that'll come on and, well, I won everything with Chelsea in the first season. You must be really rubbish. But there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Please like, share and subscribe.